Good morning, and thank you all for being here, particularly on such a wet day here in Tallahassee, Leon County. We are today, with your help, we are rolling out or unveiling our strategic plan. And the first and most important component of our strategic initiative is what we call our ALLin initiative that focuses on not only the Leon County Sheriff's Office, but every citizen in Leon County. One thing we've come to learn is that we cannot accomplish the goal of keeping our community safe unless everyone who has a stake in the success of our community is engaged and involved in trying to make sure we do everything to keep this community safe and enjoy that great quality of life we've all come to expect. So here are what we plan to do. And here are some of the things that we are already doing. We are going to first redouble our efforts and increase the number of neighborhood watch programs by some 25%. The safety of citizens of Leon County is our very top priority. And as such, glad to see these young folks here. And as such, we're going to create a Sheriff's Citizens Advisory Council. The goal of our Citizens Advisory Council will be to provide direct input to me on a regular basis on matters of quality of life concerns here in Leon County. In addition to the Sheriff's Advisory Council, I'm looking at Kent Spriggs here, we've asked Mr. Kent Spriggs and former public defender Nancy Daniels to serve as members of our detention facility pre-trial release committee to review methods to most effectively divert minor offenders from incarceration. We're also going to focus on enforcement. And those enforcement efforts are going to be obviously countywide. But one of the things that we have come to know, and perhaps many of you know as well, we're going to focus on three of what we believe are communities that are in need of our assistance, not just the Leon County Sheriff's Office, but all of our assistance. And that is, we're going to focus on the Bond community. I'm glad to see some of our Bond community folks here this morning, Griffin Heights and South City. Working with the Tallahassee Police Department, we have established a countywide property crimes task force directed at reducing auto thefts and auto burglaries. We have entered into a series of memorandums of understandings that allows the Tallahassee police officers, when needed, to take law enforcement action in the unincorporated communities of Leon County. We have similar memorandums of agreement and understandings with Florida State University, Florida A&M University, and Tallahassee Community College. We're also working to strengthen our partnerships with the Refuge House in the fight against domestic violence and the Kearney Center to help those who've fallen onto hard times. We believe we are stronger because of our joint collaborations. To address our most immediate investigative needs and response capabilities to street-level drugs and crimes, we have created the Special Projects Investigation, Detection, Enforcement, and Response Unit, affectionately referred to by us as SPIDER. In just over 2 months of deploying our SPIDER unit, they have made 33 arrests, seized some $6,000 of street-valued drugs, and initiated over 300 community problem-solving patrols. In addition to our partnerships with TPD, Leon County Sheriffs, Leon County Schools, FSU, FAMU, and TCC, we have also initiated a strong relationship and alliances with our county clerk's office, the state attorney's office, the U.S. Marshals, the Fugitive Task Force, and these partnerships have made significant investments in improving the quality of life in Tallahassee. Since January 3rd, we have reduced felony warrants by 34%, misdemeanor warrants by 77%, and criminal traffic warrants by 10%. These reductions allow us to better allocate our resources and target individuals that we need to focus on to get off the streets of Leon County. These are but a few of the highlights of the strategic plan that we will give to most of you. I don't know if we've got enough to give everybody. About what we're trying to do to make sure that we keep our community safe. But let me conclude by speaking to our efforts to reduce juvenile crime. We are continuing our partnership with Leon County Schools, working with the schools and our resource deputies to do everything we can to identify youth who are suffering from exposure to domestic violence and interdicting with those kids by making referrals to the appropriate counselors. We have partnered with the Department of Juvenile Justice for our summer 2017 youth program. These Sheriff Youth Mentoring Program, or this mentoring program, has funding to mentor about 75 youth in our elementary schools. And we're going to target the elementary schools at Pineview, Raleigh, and Sable Pond. We are also utilizing our program called Radar, Responding Against Delinquency and Recidivism, a program that conducts house checks with offenders on probation to make sure that in fact they are in their homes when they should be. Again, allow me to close out my comments and then introduce to you some people who are here supporting our effort and have them make some comments. But allow me to close out by saying what we said at the very outset, which is we cannot do this job alone. We have a strategic plan that is focused holistically, we believe, to try to best address the issues of the quality of life of Leon County. To have our deputies and our partners focused on reducing crime and working to make Leon County a better place for all of us to live, work, and play. But that entire initiative requires each and every one of us, as I like to say from an old school perspective, having our hands on the plow and engaged in trying to do everything we can where we are to make Leon County a better place. That's why we have embarked upon this initiative we call ALLin. All of our deputies, all of our corrections officers, all of our staff are committed to doing everything we can to make Tallahassee, Leon County safe. We need every citizen engaged. And the first component of that, we are here today under a weather situation that's not the most pleasant. And I'm reminded that June 1st we begin hurricane season. The National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration predicts that there will be 12 hurricanes during this hurricane season. 6 of those hurricanes will be named hurricanes, which means they have significant potential impact. And 3 of those will be major hurricanes. We need right now for every citizen of Leon County, we are here at the Leon County Sheriff's Office preparing ourselves and making sure our staff have a plan, that we have a plan. And we encourage each and every one of you to have a plan and share this information with the citizens of Leon County. Now, as I close, and what I'd like to do, we have here with us this morning some great leaders in our community. We have with us Chief Mike Leo, who is not here, sends his regrets. He's at his school trying to make sure that he takes care of his kids. But Assistant Chief or Deputy Chief Darrell Forseth is here, and he will be here in just a moment to speak. From Florida State University, Deputy Chief Jim Russell. From FAMU, Captain William Evers. TCC, Chief Greg Gibson. And we also have, who's going to speak, Mary Ann Lindley from the Leon County Board of Commissioners. We also have from the Refuge House here supporting our efforts, Director Meg Baldwin, and from the Kearney Center, Chief Operating Officer Monique Ellsworth. And I hope, I don't see him here, but we thought that Commissioner Scott Maddox would be here.
He's en route.
He's en route, okay. Well, if you guys talk slow enough, he'll get here. We'll start with Deputy Chief Forsyth.
Good morning. Good morning. On behalf of Chief DeLeo and the Tallahassee Police Department, I just want to say thank you to Sheriff McNeil for the invitation this morning and for his vision and ideas on the future Leon County Sheriff's Office. As well, I just say that it's the mission of the Tallahassee Police Department, the men and women that serve with our agency, as well as the men and women here represented by all local law enforcement, to provide the best law enforcement services we can for our community. This is best accomplished by working together collectively with law enforcement and community leaders to find solutions to address crime and find solutions using our best resources most effectively and efficiently. Ongoing communication and information sharing is critical. Those individuals in our community that decide to commit crimes in Tallahassee, Leon County, don't recognize jurisdictional boundaries. Having a collaborative approach between our agencies and all local, state, federal agencies and our state attorney's office is not only smart policing, but just makes good sense. Sheriff McNeil touched on the mutual aid agreement as well as the property crimes task force. Chief DeLeo and Sheriff McNeil revised the mutual aid agreement between our two agencies. What this does is just allows us a little more freedom, and it provides better law enforcement services to our citizens, and unfortunately to those who have been victimized in our community. As Sheriff McNeil stated, both agencies are reviewing ways to reduce crime, and we recently formed a property crime task force. That task force, like he stated, will address property crimes, specifically the burglaries and the auto thefts within our community. At least for now, it'll be located at the Tallahassee Police Department. We have a sergeant and a couple investigators, and they also have resources coming, and we hope to see positive results from that task force. And I'll close by saying we appreciate the continued support from our community. You are still our best resource when it comes to providing information that assists us every day in our ongoing effort to reduce crime and make Tallahassee and Leon County a safe place to live. Thank you.
Looking up a storm here. But you know what? That's not going to stop me from talking about what I want to talk about to you guys today. You know, it really occurs to me that we have something special here in this town. The cooperation we have between our law enforcement and the relationship that we have with this community is something that a lot of people can look to as something to aspire to. And I know, you know, I'm a citizen of Leon County in Tallahassee, and like you, I expect our law enforcement to be trained, responsive, communicative, and cooperative. And that's exactly what this is. They're cooperating with each other, and they're cooperating with the community as well. And, you know, when I was thinking about what I was going to say when I was on the way over here, when the MOUs were being put together, there were some revisions in there and some discussion back and forth, but this is more than just revisions and writing something up and just codifying things. It's not revisions, it's a reaffirmation of who we are as a community and as law enforcement, and it's a reaffirmation of our commitment to keeping our community safe. And so I think maybe my response is today is a little bit more emotional, just how proud I am of this community and being a member of this community as well. So as we move forward with these programs, let's keep that momentum going. Let's keep doing what we're doing, and let's not be quiet about it when we talk to other people around our state as well, because what we have going on here is a very, very good thing, and I applaud the sheriff for being the leader on this as well. So thank you.
tell you, it's like a slogan, ALLin. I saw that, and that was wonderful. That really touched me, because we all need each other to make this community and keep this city, Tallahassee, this great state of Florida, a safe environment. And as I serve on behalf of Chief Calloway of Florida A&M University, we have our own little community on the campus. And I can tell you, surely say, Sheriff, we couldn't have done the things that we've done to this point. I want to reach out and just go beyond the mutual aid agreement with your training section with Mrs. Sergeant Fred Smith, also the K9, Lieutenant Brian Pearson and Sergeant here. I mean, a great job. We got our first K9, and you let them guys came out with no charge. I mean, invited us in just like family, and that's what it's all about. And also, when we have our dignitarians coming through to the university to speak, all of you, Tallahassee, PD, Sheriff Department, you all providing that extra security, your professionalism that you exhibit when you're there, representing your departments. That's essential to what we need to see the positive in this profession that we've chosen. So we just like to thank you for all the things that you continue to do with us, and the training aspect. And this is good with mutual aid, but the training aspect is that when something does happen, that we all have a bond and a cohesiveness, that we familiar with the tactical training that the Sheriff Department exhibits through their training section, also with TPD. So we right there together, we marching on the same beat, know the same tactics. So that's very important that we continue to grow this relationship and come together. Community-wise, we can't do it without y'all solving a lot of cases that we have on the campus, and also outside our jurisdictions on the campus. We're just getting that neighborhood watch, and also you know, just calling in and giving us clues and hints on the further our effort. So we want to thank you all, and thank for everything that you do in your communities and your community leaders. Continue to press forward to make your community safe.
Thank you, Sheriff, Commissioner Lindley, law enforcement family, and esteemed guests. I appreciate the opportunity to step up here and represent the Tallahassee Community College and the Tallahassee Community College Police Department. And forgive me, I prepared a few things, large font here, just to mention to the group here. Leon County law enforcement is a relatively small and connected community. Operational members tend to know each other by first name. Leaders collaborate on numerous task forces and work groups. We attend each other's events. We are friends. We appreciate the unique capabilities each organization brings to the table. We train together. We share intelligence, plans, and infrastructure. We seek the same goal of creating a community in which people feel secure and are free to pursue their livelihoods, interests, and happiness without fear. To me, local law enforcement represents the stitching in the fabric of our communities that holds us all together in an orderly fashion. Your local police agencies commit to support one another in times of heightened need, emergency, and crisis, so that the public safety and welfare are always ensured to the best of our abilities. The formal agreements established between our agencies demonstrate a deep commitment on the part of the local public safety servants to be prepared to handle the ever-increasing demands being placed upon us so that we might cooperate effectively and deliver our services efficiently. TCC proudly serves our region and all state law enforcement agencies as a training hub through the Florida Public Safety Institute, or FPSI. Many of the instructional staff at FPSI served with these agencies represented here today and even retired from them. These seasoned professionals pass along invaluable lessons learned from years of hard-won experience to the future leaders of our profession. Many of our local police leaders first walked the TCC campus as students in preparation for the roles they hold today. Many of their team members come back to our campus to freshen and hone the knowledge and skills necessary to serve our region. The TCC Police Department does everything it can to be prepared to respond and handle all incidents and issues arising within our jurisdiction, but we know that we will be fully supported should ever the need arise. I applaud Sheriff McNeil and these agency members standing behind me today for their leadership in creating meaningful mutual aid agreements and engagement in many other areas at the local and national level. Thank you for having us here today.
Thank you. I'm Mary Ann Lindley with the Leon County Commission, and my county administrator, Vince Long, and Deputy County Administrator ALLin here. Would you like to come join me in this show of support?
Sure.
We are very pleased to be partners with Sheriff McNeil and all of the law enforcement team here. I think just last night we had a wonderful discussion about our emergency systems that are in place working with law enforcement out of the Public Safety Commission in the event of storms today or worse events that could happen in our country. And I know you've been working closely on the big numbers that are coming along to help with the budget for the Sheriff's Department this year. I'm particularly interested in the preventive youth programs, and in Leon County we've had a program to address students in the schools who may be at risk of dropping out or certainly not going on to college and are concerned about careers, and it's called Leon Works. And we've had an expo a couple of years, and we have an apprenticeship program to try to meet the needs of young people who are kind of casting about, and we want to keep them from casting about in the wrong direction. It's also my pleasure to be working with attorney Kent Spriggs and Nancy Daniels, a former public defender, on efforts to help reduce and change the pretrial incarceration situation so that we can have more efficient use of our detention center. So it's a real pleasure to be here with you all. I thank you all so much from the bottom of my heart for keeping us safe in all times. And thank you so much. Pleasure to be here. Thank you.
And right on cue. I'm known for my timing. I have, as a Tallahassean, I've waited a long time for this day, where there's no jurisdiction lines, where we all have one goal, where we all are taking part in an effort to ensure that we have a safe community. Whether you wear blue or whether you wear green, I know you put your lives on the line every day for my safety and my family's safety. This initiative, and Sheriff, I can't thank you enough. This initiative is so timely because we are one community. We don't know jurisdiction lines. Tallahassee is Leon County, Leon County is Tallahassee. A crime against my brother is a crime against me. If my sister is a victim, I too am a victim. Together, we can make a difference. Thank you so much, Sheriff McNeil, for this effort, and I'm proud to be a part of it. Well said. That's probably a way to end it, quite honestly. But I have a better way of ending, I hope. I can't express to you the pride that I have in serving this community. I am so fortunate to have the opportunity to lead these men and women. They deserve all of our help. Commissioner Maddox hit it on the head. There has never been a time, quite honestly, where blue and green, what colors you got? Orange and green. That we may fuss and fight about some minor things, but when the stuff hits the fan, law enforcement's always going to be there. We have to break down those divisions that divide us in our community. And we work at doing that. We see the divisions every day. This requires all of us seeing those divisions and working to bring those divisions down. That is, in part, what this ALLin initiative is all about. It's about your law enforcement agency saying, we're going to do everything we can. We're committed solidly to doing something about the crime and the quality of life issues we have in Leon County, Tallahassee. But we know firsthand that we can't do anything about poverty. We can't do anything about lack of housing. We can't do anything about kids who are failing in our schools. We're going to pitch in where we can. We need all of us understanding those issues and engaged in trying to make it better for all of our citizens. So, I said I had a better way of ending this press conference. All of these folks behind me, and particularly ones in green, they know what I'm about to do. I'm committed about this all in things. When I get ready to say all in, 1, 2, 3, all in, all these folks will know to shout all in. We need you shouting all in as well. If you shout all in, that means you're committed, just as we are, to doing something about the problems we have here in Leon County, Tallahassee. 1, 2, 3. All in! Thank you all for being a part of this press conference.